Hey sexy gaming people. Okay, so the last issue from the last delivery of Stormbringer. It's a 2-paint issue. So we get Gryph-hound Orange and Khorne Red. Let's have a look at the magazine first though. So Khorne Red, Gryph-hound Orange, Elves of the Realm. Here we go. Lumineth Realm Lords. Red Section A, Order 6. The Lumineth even. Realm Lords are paragons of grace, wisdom and warfare. So strong were the Lumineth that their power and hubris brought them to the brink of annihilation. Now they fight to reclaim their lost empire, their towering talents harnessed by the culture of discipline, learning and respect for the elements. Twin gods. Teclis, a god of light, is truly magnificent to behold. A Valinor, an elemental spirit of incredible power, marches towards. So Valinor and Teclis. Teclis and Tyrion, the brother gods of light. More warlike elves are drawn to the combative Tyrion, while sorcerers and scholars prefer the archmage Teclis. Then we have Red Section Order 7, Daughters of Cain. A serpent-tailed Melusai spearheads a bloody crusade against chaos. Okay. Didn't realise the Daughters of Cain were on the good side, as it were. The Daughters of Cain are bloodthirsty warrior cult fanatically dedicated to wiping out chaos. They are devoted to their murderous goddess, Morathi Cain, and they are notoriously ruthless. And when the Daughters of Cain go to war, the battlefield is turned into ritual ground to be drenched in blood. Morathi Cain. Morathi Cain is among the most cunning and ambitious of the gods. She earned her divinity through centuries of plotting and still hunts endlessly for more power. She is empowered both by the worship of her disciples and her own adept political manipulation. When Morathi Cain goes to war, she annihilates enemies with her deadly shadow magic. So, I take it that the Daughters of Cain are something to do with the elves? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Somebody in the comments tell me. Right, Idoneth Deepkin. The Idoneth Deepkin are undersea raiders who wield the titanic power of the ocean. A soul curse has forced the Idoneth into unending struggle for survival. But this has not broken them. Instead, it has forged them into one of the realm's most terrifying enemies. They strike without warning or mercy. So, it says, it's for our red section, Order 8, Hierarchy of Souls, Beasts from the Deep, Soul Raids, and then we've got, okay, B, Destruction 5, Gorka Morka. Gorka Morka is the two-headed god of destruction, embodying both sheer brutality and low cunning. He is not worshipped in temples through widespread whispered prayers, but through sheer mindless violence. Gordrak, the Fist of Gork. All followers of destruction are naturally drawn to Gordrak. The mega boss has an uncanny knack for knowing where to find a good fight. He is compelled to greater and greater acts of violence by his god's will, and even intends to invade Azir to destroy Sigmar's capital. So here we go, we got Broken Pantheon, Gorkamork's Blessing, Destroyer's Will, Bearmat. Right, B, Crusade, if our grey section. Dawnbringer Crusade. City to be established, so we got a D6 rolling chart. Every city of Sigmar begins life as a Dawnbringer crusade, a collection of warriors, pioneers and settlers whose goal is to establish a new bastion of civilization. Roll on the table below to find out what type of city your Dawnbringer crusade will create, or simply pick the result you like best. And then another D6 rolling chart for crusade population. War Clan, Grey, Section C, War Clan 1, Gathering War. A war is something between an army, a brawl and a natural disaster. A war can start from a single fight, and once in full swing, more followers of destruction will be drawn to the conflict. Roll on the table below to find out how your war started, or choose the results you like best. So, inciting incident. A D6 rolling chart again. And then war population. And then we have some how to paint. This is continuing our painting, and these are extra steps for a couple of our models. Right, rules for our purple section. Rules number 6, and then tutorial 3, forward to victory and unleash hell. In the core rules for the charge phase are 2 new command abilities, Forward to Victory and Unleash Hell, both of which are very useful for aggressive generals. Forward to Victory gives you another chance to charge a foe, while Unleash Hell is to defend yourself with countering fire. You'll learn how they work in this guide. Okay, so Forward to Victory and Unleash Hell. Right, okie dokie. And then we have Pitched Battle number 6, Alliance Objectives. The war in Olgo is at a tense point. If the Crawl Boys and their allies hold the line, they may secure a decisive advantage. But if the Stormcast Eternal break through, they will be able to surround the Uruks. The Stormcast Eternals, our expert shock troops, having gathered in Azir, they now intend to attack with overwhelming force. If they succeed, the destruction lines will be shattered and the forces of order will be able to reclaim the momentum in the ongoing conflict. So we have the Lord Imperatant, the Knight Arcanum, Guard of Steel Soul and the Lord Aquila, the Stormstrike Chariot, 4 Praetors, 5 Vindictors and Xandire's Truth Seeker. So it looks like pretty much everything. For the Alliance of Destruction, Swamp, Kala, Shaman and Potgrot, Kill Boss and Stabgrot, the Loon Boss, 10 Hobgrot Slitters, 3-man Skewer Bolt Boys, Beast Skewer Killbow, 10 Gut Rippers and the Marsh Crawler Slogoth. So there you go. So it looks like the forces of good aren't deployed as usual. Special deployment. Deploy your units in this battle using the following method. First, the destruction player sets up the terrain from your collection however they wish. Next, the destruction player deploys each of their units wholly within the destruction territory. Lastly, the order player places all of their units into reserve using the Scions of the Storm battle trait. So there you go. Destruction starts on the table, and it looks like the forces of order are coming in via Deep Strike. And then the next 2 issues, or 2 of the issues that we'll be getting in the next delivery are Gryph-hounds and Zarbag's Gits. So, cute. Right, do you want to come down and have a look at these 2 paints? So, once again, I know how people feel about paint. Paint issues, but again, I mean, I went into town the other day. I needed to pick up 3 paints, but it still cost me £3.70 to get a return on the bus. So I still think that, you know, even though you get 2 paints in an issue, I still think that they're good value. So unless you happen to live slap bang in the middle of town and you can just literally come out your front door and walk to the Warhammer store, I still think that these paint issues are a good thing. They've given me plenty of additional paints from the Imperium collection that I had, and as such there's a lot of basic colours that I use a lot of that I don't have to go out and buy anytime soon. But we get corn red. Now I use this a lot for the ad mech that I have, and I'll quite often use it as a base coat before popping on Mephiston red, and use it as sort of like a deeper shadow. But this contrast Gryph-hound orange I've not used before, and it appears to be more of a brown than orange. But yeah, I've not really used contrast paints, as you know. I've got a couple which are Dark Angels green and Orc flesh tone, I think it is. Let me just get those again. Dark Angels green, Orc flesh. So yeah, those are the only ones that I've really had in the past. But I won't be using these. These are the paints and everything are going to my partner. But there you go. Join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye.